If you're doing those 4 things successfully, if you're doing great paid ads, great content, lots of referrals, lots of warm outreach, you're going to have the studio of your dreams.
And then I reckon 5 would be staff to double down on all of those things and help you.
There's levels to it all, and it depends how big your team is or how much time you want to put towards this.
Yeah.
If you were to prioritize it, I think.
Hi, my name's Jayme.
Hi, my name's Allana.
I'm Mitch.
Together we have 32 years industry experience with Pilates and fitness businesses. Together we've opened up 21 studios.
I am the CEO of Muse Pilates. I have 14 studios, 4 of which are franchisees.
And Jayme and I have worked with over 600 studios across 4 different countries.
And we're back for episode 4. This entire episode is going to be based on one thing and one thing only, marketing, quite often the lifeblood of your studio. As always, I'm here with Mitch and Allana. How are you guys?
Very well. Great to be back.
Hello.
Who likes marketing?
Me.
Hey. Love it.
I was very excited.
I'm very excited. I love marketing too.
Favorite.
But what I want to start with first is we touched on it on the last episode in regards to a pre-sale, but it is no longer the case that you build it and they come. So therefore you have to market, you have to make people aware of your business. Do you want to expand on that, Mitch?
I think everyone knows that to some level. I think people, when they start a business or when they're in the business, they know that they need to do some sort of advertising or promotion or marketing, but there's just a lot of different ways that you can do that. And we have some beliefs around ones that are better than others, but I think ultimately people understand you need to get the word out there. It's just what method to do that and what's the best way to approach it.
What was your experience marketing Muse from Studio 1 to Studio 14?
It's evolved a lot. It was very simple in the beginning, and now we're, I think, putting a lot more into it, 14, almost 15 in, and just kind of kept it really simple in the beginning, and now it's evolved.
It has changed a lot too, just because I guess it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So like
coming
a
up
lot.
to 6, a lot has changed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there was a different landscape back then.
Yeah.
Digitally.
So in 2012, I did a pre-sale for a Snap Fitness at Tuggerah, and I was standing in the middle of Tuggerah Westfield, and I was that guy trying to stop people in their tracks. I know.
Did well too. You were their best employee.
Yeah, I had a tennis ball. I would throw it at people. They'd catch the tennis ball and stop. And do you want a membership? It wasn't like that, but like it would stop them like, hey, are you currently exercising? But the goal was when I was doing that.
Or if they dropped the ball, you were like, oh, you need to exercise.
Yeah, your coordination's off. You need it.
But my goal in the pre-sale was to do 1 membership per hour.
Yeah.
So it's just like that style of marketing in 2025 outside of the pre-sale is no longer even considered marketing. When we say marketing, most people think straight away digital, which is Facebook, Instagram.
And back then, like I was working at a gym and they were doing radio ads.
Yep.
Like, have you ever run a radio ad?
We have actually.
Have you?
I've tried everything.
How did it go?
I don't know because you can't tell.
Yeah, I heard it. It was out.
They went out there.
We looked at getting a bus ad. It was $99 a week in Newcastle, but just our faces on a bus going around Newcastle, just for a laugh almost.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was going to work.
Face for radio.
Why?
But yeah, like a lot has.
$99, why wouldn't you really?
Yeah, that would have been cool. For our kids.
But this is the problem, right? Because like there is 100 ways to market. You walking up to someone on the street and saying, hey, I'm Allana from Muse Pilates, there's 15 studios. That is marketing.
Yep.
So marketing is effectively making people aware. So how do you make people aware? And we're massive fans of Alex and Layla Hermosi. And this is from his book, $100 Million Leads. If you haven't read it, I'd recommend going out and buying a copy. But effectively, there's 8 ways to generate leads. I'm going to list the 8 right now, and then we'll expand on each one and almost rank them on like what we think is great, what isn't great about them, and what ones you should focus on. Because again, you don't want to focus on 8 of them. And that's kind of the issue we see.
I think that's the overwhelm people face when there's a lot of ways to do the same thing and people get caught up in all the different things and I should be doing email and I should be doing Facebook and I should be doing this Instagram thing and YouTube and then they kind of end up not doing any of them.
Kind of like throwing spaghetti at a wall and
I had an owner ask the other day, do you guys run Reddit ads?
Really?
What is Reddit ads?
I knew you could do it.
What that is.
And Pinterest ads and Instagram ads and Facebook ads and Instagram ads and TikTok ads and Google ads and radio ads and bus ads. Like where do you actually go? Yeah. So the 8 that we've got is number 1 is warm outreach. So effectively communicating to someone that already knows you exist. That could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a follower, it could be someone on your email list that you reach out to. It's warm because they know that you exist. There is a previous relationship, probably a previous communication. Number 2 is cold outreach, which is to strangers, one-on-one that have never, ever heard your name.
Shopping
So for
centre.
example, shopping centre.
Throw the
It
ball.
would be Allana on the streets at Warners Bay, going up the Esplanade. It would be cold emailing someone, like literally getting an email list, emailing them. Number 3 would be content creation, which is what we're doing right now, which would be if you post content on social medias, you still get free organic reach, so more people become aware. Number 4 is paid advertising, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, predominantly Meta.
Reddit.
Number 5 is referrals, which is so underutilized. We'll get into it, but effectively, your customers bring you more customers. Number 6 would be hiring staff. So your staff get you more customers through sales, through activity. The staff just do the first 4 effectively. They do warm outreach, cold outreach, run ads, create content. Number 7 is affiliates, which is getting people to shout you out on Instagram or having an affiliate fee for someone to join Muse's intro. Number 8 is you would hire an agency to effectively do any of those tasks for you. So that is the 8 ways to market and grow your business, which is a mouthful, which is why people get overwhelmed.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, even my mind then racing with all of those different types. And then
have we done it before? Has it worked?
Yeah, what are the subcategories within each of those categories? So you can see how people get a bit overwhelmed and a bit anxious at the thought of, okay, I need to market, I need to get the word out there. What should I do? And then you get a list like that and it's like,
Where do I
okay,
start?
yeah, where do I start?
And here's the problem. They all work.
Yeah. There's different levels of how well they work in our opinion, but I guess what we see a lot of the time is some people will know those things, but they have too many choices and they don't end up really giving any of them enough time to work. So
It
they
also
just jump from
depends
thing to thing.
on where you're located, what you do, how good you are, the content example, like are you comfortable in front of the camera? Is your
I'm
content
pretty comfortable.
good? Yeah.
There's different ones that those different categories definitely fit better for certain people.
Yeah, exactly.
And we see like some people like they crush paid ads because they've done it for a long time. Other people do really well with content because like you said, they've got people who are comfortable behind camera and do a lot of that. People have big databases, so then they do have a big list of people to be able to continually reach out to with warm outreach. Cold outreach is a different one. But yeah, you're not short on ways to do it. It's just trying to put your limited amount of resources towards the one that you feel like is going to work the best.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the key word, limited resources. Like what are you going to do? The famous saying, one avatar, one channel, one product. And that means one avatar, so we help women over the age of 30 in Muse. One channel would be paid advertising and one product would be the intro offer.
Yeah.
And can you get exceptional at that one thing versus being mediocre at all 8 ways to get customers?
And if you look at like massive companies, like I'm not talking even like Muse Pilates, like big, the Coca-Colas or, the bigger ones, they'd be doing all of those
But they
things
have
in a way. But
huge budgets,
Yeah.
huge teams.
and even ones not as big as Coca-Cola, like other massive companies would do it all. But for studio owners and even ones that do make a good amount of revenue and have staff, you still have to allocate those resources accordingly. Otherwise, you don't have enough bandwidth to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So what do you say when someone says to you, oh, but Allana, marketing doesn't work?
Then they're not doing it right, I guess.
It's one of those things that like those statements, those belief statements, oh, paid ads never work. I'm like, you're on this call today because I ran a paid ad to get you here.
Yeah.
Like we met through paid advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
You're disagreeing with like the fundamentals of how to run a business.
Yeah.
I
at
mean,
that
what
point.
they're saying is they haven't worked for them yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
If
But-
someone says that.
Yeah, but they believe it to their core. And it's just, I guess, this is off topic here, but you need to be really careful of your belief statements. Oh, people won't pay that much.
Yeah.
I can't charge that this much in this area. Oh, I can't have dumbbells next to the reformer because it's not traditional Pilates. Like these sweeping statements people say, like sometimes I'm on a call with an owner and they tell me every reason why the business isn't going to work. I'm like,
Yeah.
you actually can't believe that.
No.
Like, you cannot believe that.
Well, and Allana made a good point because it's like if you say, hey, it doesn't work, but if you reframe it to say, well, it doesn't work for me,
Or it
Yeah.
hasn't
worked
Yeah.
yet. And that
wanna
can
figure it
can
out.
definitely be true.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
you think taking a bit of ownership over it to say, well, obviously it works for other people.
Yeah.
It's just it hasn't worked for me yet, and either for one reason or another, but
Yeah.
not being, I guess, that drawing the line in the sand and saying, well, it doesn't work for me at all.
Yeah,
A bit
100%.
arrogant at that point, I think.
The other thing I don't like too is occasionally people will compare smaller businesses to Apple or
Yeah.
Netflix.
And it's always Apple
I
for
hate
some
that
reason.
one. I hate that
It's
example
like-
so much. It's like whenever they release a new iPhone, people are out the front, 4 a.m. waiting for the new iPhone. That's what your gym has to be like. I'm like, yeah, middle of winter, people at 4 a.m. outside Warners Bay waiting for their. It doesn't make fucking sense. Like,
There's a new Apple There's a new iPhone coming out soon, I think.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I've been
Go there now.
I actually need a new phone. I'm a bit excited. I'll be waiting.
So the reason for this podcast is we're saying words at the moment. 8 ways to do it. What way would you do? And we want to make it as simple and as digestible as possible for like, what do we feel like is the best way for your studio to grow through these avenues of marketing?
Yeah.
So I want to start with the first one, which is warm outreach. And I'd love to get an example from Mitch. How can a studio owner use warm outreach to grow their business?
Alluded to it earlier, but your current list. So unless you have literally just opened, which obviously some people have, you will have a list of people who are either ex-clients, they're prospects that have done an intro offer or something before and haven't converted into a membership, or they've just become a lead through your website or something and never ended up being anything. But you've got their name, you've got their phone number, you've got their email. Hopefully you've got those things. So warm outreach to those people would be contacting them with an upcoming offer that you've got, whether it's like a seasonal thing or just your evergreen intro offer, and reaching out to them to say, hey, we've got this many spots available. Effectively, would you like to take us up on that?
Yeah.
And that can be done by email, it can be done by text, preferably both, but we find that open rates on text messages are like pretty much 100% and emails are far less.
Yeah.
So those people in some way already know you exist and have actually shown enough intent to either become a client at some point or have
Or they're on
been
your mailing list.
or have been a newsletter or opted into something before.
Yeah.
And Allana, I'd love an example of someone who follows you on Instagram already. If you were to reach out to them, that's a warm outreach. So how would you start that conversation? Someone's just followed Muse, Pilates, and Wagga Wagga.
Yeah.
They've shown interest. What would happen next?
Hi, thanks so much for following along. Would you like to come and do an intro offer?
It's not rocket science, is it?
Love to see you there.
So like those warm outreach, like I love warm. Put your hand up if you love warm outreach. It's the best because you can email your list, you can text your list, you can message people that follow you.
Yeah. And the worst thing that's going to happen is someone says, unsubscribe, I don't want to hear from you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's the absolute
you
worst
may get
thing.
a couple of abusive emails every now and again.
I mean, I think that if you're using your list enough, you should get an abusive message every now and again.
And you just can't let that discourage you.
No,
It
of
just
course.
as people and you're right.
What makes me laugh is occasionally we have people that opt into our ads and they get so annoyed by the communication, like stop. Like they opt out. I'm like, our job is to follow up leads. Like what did you expect was going to happen?
Yeah.
It's like because they don't like being followed up, they don't follow up.
Yeah.
So warm outreach, like every single follower, like, hey, are you here for the content or do you want to trial? Are you currently exercising? Are you currently training? Let's just ask a question.
Well, those ones are as warm gets because they've come across your page either organically or through a friend or they've walked past or, the actual studio. So they're not just following it for no reason.
Yeah.
They've got some sort of interest.
Yeah.
And that's where if you're leaving that uncommunicated with, then, probably not much is going to come from that. So that's a really easy place for a lot of people to start.
So then the question becomes, like, why don't people do it? It's either they don't think it works, they don't like following up people because they don't like being followed up.
Uncomfortable.
Or the third thing would be, and most likely, they haven't got the system and process in place. So it is very simple to put in your Google calendar. Combination of all.
Yeah.
It's very simple to put an event in your calendar for 15 minutes on Monday at 12 o'clock. Email list, text list, look at people who followed me the last 7 days, engage with them.
Yeah, and like people, if they're listening, watching this, they probably think, oh, that's a good idea. I'm not doing that. And then they might do it. Then they jump off and they do it for their followers from the last 7 days and then they don't do it again. It doesn't become a system or a practice that they do ongoing.
Or they do it once, don't get a result, doesn't work. They haven't emailed the list for years. Buy something.
Yeah.
You can also provide value. So this podcast is like, we're going to email this to you. Like, I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. And I think for anyone, like it's free, it's easy. You're not getting hundreds of followers a week. If you do, like, good for you.
Yeah.
So it's actually something that is.
If you are, you should be doing that even more.
Yeah. It's a copy and paste thing that you can just spend a bit of time each day or have a team member do that and it doesn't take much time. And then anyone who replies to that initial message becomes like an extra warm lead at that point.
So before we move on, Dean Jackson's 9-word email, the most successful email ever sent in business. Hi, contact name. Are you interested in Pilates still? ? That's it. And they respond to it. Hi, Pilates studio owners. Are you interested in us making calls for you? ? It's a super simple email. And the whole goal of a warm outreach is to get that person engaged. So they've gone from a lead to what Alex and Layla calls an engaged lead.
Yeah.
And once they're engaged, then you can start the follow-up process. So we all love warm outreach. Number 2, cold outreach.
Ooh.
Just chills down
Makes
my
me cold.
spine. I am not a fan of cold outreach, but give me any example of cold outreach.
So for Spicy Pilates teacher training,
Yep.
us emailing a studio or contacting them on Instagram and saying, hey, I'm Allana. I've been in the industry. I've got this many studios. I created this fucking awesome teacher training online program.
Who's this girl? She thinks she's so good.
Yeah. Go away.
Not that awesome.
Can we email you some information on it? Would you like to? Do you have people coming through that are asking where they can get their training? Would you be interested in?
Is that through DM and Instagram? You do that?
Instagram and emails. Yeah. I mean, otherwise they might not know about us.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cold example.
Yeah, like it's. I think for a local business, it's much harder.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's like a nationwide thing.
Yeah.
But if you're a local business,
Like B2B.
yeah, you would be effectively, if you were doing the same strategy, it would be reaching out to local businesses or local people just on Instagram and saying, hey.
I have an example though. You could
Love
say studio, this is studio specific and not for training. If there's a beauty salon down the road, hey guys, it's Allana from Muse Pilates. We've just opened down the road from you. I would love for all of your team to come and have a free intro offer.
Love that.
I would love to put on a free class for you and your team. Otherwise they might not know about you.
An advanced version of this you can scrape emails online. So you can go to a website called outscraper.com. You can literally Google real estates in Warners Bay. It will give you a list of a name, phone number, email.
Yeah.
You can upload that to any type of software and you can contact them. Yeah. Be careful, be mindful, make sure you always have opt-outs in cold communication so they can say, stop talking to me.
I think there's levels to like the cold outreach too, because if you go direct to consumer, that's a hard game.
Yeah, because cold outreach could be using the yellow pages.
Yeah, exactly.
Are people still, hang on, dumb question.
White page.
Mobiles aren't in a directory like the home phone numbers used to be.
They used to be. That was white pages, wasn't it?
I don't know. How would you
yellow and white?
I don't know.
I don't think you can do it anymore.
Yeah.
But then if you go into a business which is cold, I think you're far more likely to get a return on that, and you don't need to send out a squillion messages or emails.
Yeah. The good thing about like I guess cold outreach for local businesses, like you can literally walk down. Well, we keep using Warners Bay example. Warners Bay Esplanade. You can buy a coffee from every single coffee shop wearing that beautiful Muse Pilates shirt, and hopefully start the conversation.
Yeah. You could also go in and buy a coffee and say, I've just opened a studio down the road. Do you guys want some flyers?
Yeah. One example that we used to do, I loved it, is you get like a 7-day free trial card.
Yeah.
And you offer all the staff a free membership. Yeah. And then the goal is every single coffee they sell for a week, they give the flyer out with it.
Yeah.
They give it out with it.
Yeah.
Really cool. Another one is like real estate agents. They put a 7-day free trial in every house they sell in the area. So for me, like the cold outreach does work, but it's a bit like the bus and the radio. Very unpredictable, very long process, can take a lot of time. And raise your hand or hands down if you like cold outreach. Hands down, sorry.
And the theme of this will just be, where is your time best spent?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you tried everything else and you want to hustle harder,
cold
go
outreach.
for it. Cold outreach.
So, and I think going through a business and leveraging their staff is the best way to go about that.
Yes,
so going
as opposed to going directly to
consumer.
Yeah.
So because that way, they might have a team of 5 or 10 or 20.
Yeah.
Or if it's a bigger company, maybe even more.
Or their clients.
And then if you obviously win over the owner or the managers, and they'll be telling their customers and stuff. So there is a roundabout way to do it. And I think if you were to, for a local business, that would be the best way.
Yeah. And I think the key is just not being pushy. Like, hey, this is what we've got. Would you like to come and try it out? There's no...
Don't put a contract on the table.
No.
You buy a coffee. No. Quick break. If you're listening and you wish to learn more about how we help grow and scale Pilates businesses, there'll be a link below to schedule a call with me.
And if you'd like to chat to our team about becoming a Muse franchise partner, then there's a link below to do so as well. I also have a Pilates instructor training business called Spicy Pilates Teacher Training. It is fully online. And if you have anyone that you'd love to refer, come and check it out. It not only goes over how to become an amazing instructor, provides people with a certification, but it also talks about the business of Pilates, how those people will come in and work for you and really hit the ground running. Check it out with the link below.
Okay, so a good example for warm outreach would be hitting your list on Mondays and engaging with people that follow you. A good example of cold outreach would be going into a beauty salon,
Yep.
talking to the owner and trying to get their staff on board, get a haircut, like shave my head, please, make me look pretty, and see how you go.
Beautiful.
Third one would be content creation.
Yep.
Now, this is one that is obviously really important. It's what we're doing right now, but I think a lot of people spend a lot of time on it for not much in return.
Yep.
How I view content is it's great to get more eyes on your product, but it is the ultimate lead nurturing tool that you've possibly got. So if someone comes across Muse Wagga Wagga or Muse Warners Bay, and there's content of ladies walking into the studio, there's one of you interviewing members out the front, they're going to think, nice place, looks trustworthy. They opt into an ad, they're more likely to pick up the phone, more likely to respond to an email. Content will improve all the other ways that you get leads for trust.
I think that it's the way the algorithm is now organically, people don't really come across your organic stuff.
No.
Unless it's like a viral clip or whatever. So it's more a way that if people have become a lead through another source, whether it is you've gone into the coffee shop and talked to the owner, or it's a paid ad, or it's you're reaching out to an old person through email, the first place they're going to go is then to your Instagram page just to check it out.
It's almost like proof. People are going like proof of concept. You've told them something, or you've put an offer out there and they want proof of what it's like and what's going on there.
It's your storefront. It's just like what it actually is.
Yeah.
So
But where I get frustrated too is we work with lots of studio owners and a lot of them spend a lot of time on content. We're talking like they had the 4K cameras, the Rode microphones, and they are filming the most beautiful reels I've ever seen in my life.
not as nice as these ones.
Not as nice as these ones. Thanks, Pivotal. But because they only post it organically and they don't do any other versions of lead generation, it just goes to deaf ears.
Yeah. And again, it's just where do you, with the time you've got, where should it go?
Time,
and it's
dollars.
like for you guys with Muse, like I know you guys put a lot of time towards that. So walk through like maybe some of the content that you guys make organically. Is there like a theme that you follow, or is it more of just what you guys are feeling for the week?
Look, we've played around with a lot of different versions of this and have spent a lot of time and had a lot of resources on it. We have, I think we went a little bit too far with it. And we're spending too much money on it, like you were saying before. And then we have pulled back a little bit, but I think we kind of need to meet in the middle a little bit. I mean, there's trending kind of things. I don't think doing all trending stuff is a good idea.
That can actually throw off the algorithm. So if you were to do something trending, get a bunch of people following Muse that have no interest in Pilates because they like that TikTok song, can actually affect the algorithm in the ads.
Well, it's like the entertainment versus education thing. Like if you've got content that's kind of made for entertainment, as in something, on trend, you're going to maybe be attracting people that have no interest in.
If it's
coming.
super trendy too, there's, the likelihood that somebody overseas might see it and then follow it, and they're not. I mean, they're never going to come to your studio. Like you are better off.
And that's where the content, like it does feed into the rest of it, because then if they do follow, if you're not reaching out to the new follower and saying hi, then it's probably all for nothing. So it all kind of feeds into each other. It definitely has a place, especially now, because there's so much competition. If people do come across you somehow, they want to jump on and see that you've got what you've got. And if you've got nothing on your page, which we see sometimes with clients we have, like we're running ads, but their organic socials are
I think a good mix is really important. Like people want to see the studio space and the equipment, but they also want to know who's behind. Like who are the instructors, who's the owner.
And what type of people, what type of members they have there? Like are they like you?
There's 4 types of content you can post. There's connection content, so like connect with the person, who are we, personal story. There is value-based content, educate me about Pilates. There is transformation testimonials, stories, and there is CTA. And that is all content. If you base it on those 4 things, that's what we're posting. So this is educational. That's also a bit of connection because we're having a bit of a laugh. But that's what this content is. So like think about what the content is. I will say this. You can have 5-star content. I think it performs as well as 3-star. But the time to make 3-star is an iPhone doing that versus the 4K camera. However, 1-star content can really affect your brand. we were working with an MMA studio up in Queensland. You know who I'm talking about straight away. We were doing an over 40s martial arts program. And the first pin post on his Instagram was a picture of him and his mate in a balaclava.
Oh.
And he thought it was funny, and it may have been a funny joke.
I thought it was funny. But I'm not. I'm not someone looking to start.
We got hundreds of leads, and no one showed up to the phone call. No one booked in because they would have seen the men in balaclavas. So like, it's almost like.
At any point, did you tell him?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
But here's the thing too. Like the reason why content's an interesting one is like people enjoy making content, so they want to make it as opposed to doing outreaches, and they want to. Well, even
Not everyone likes it.
No, but even for us with our podcast, when I attach music to the reels, it's music that I like. So like people want to make content that they like and they think balaclavas are funny. Like, I don't know.
And
because we're telling them like, hey, you need to change who you are as a human being.
And it's like you get into business so you can portray stuff that you enjoy portraying. So it's like, and that's an extreme example, but I think it was a good point where like the 5-star content, which this is, it doesn't have to be this for a local studio.
And we're 14 years into business.
Yeah. And this is the first time we've done something like this.
Yeah, we have 109 episodes before we got the studio.
Yeah. So it's like 3-star content. It doesn't like iPhones are so good now. Like you can do it all on an iPhone. You could, look to post a few times a week, set some time aside. And
something that people love is when people are opening studios, just the behind the scenes. Just like,
I love that.
Hey guys, this is where we're up to.
So easy.
This is where the builders are up to.
We did a pre-sale client yesterday. I'm like, what do I post? Like talk about picking up the keys, talk about opening the door, talk about putting the floors in, the reformers in. The builders are late. What a surprise.
And that's all iPhone, like it's unscripted, it's unedited.
Absolutely.
Like and it's having it regular. So regular content is more important than it being absolutely
polished.
A+++, and then not being able to sustain that. Yeah. Or if you do sustain it, then it means you're not doing any of this other stuff. And then that's not going to work.
One thing I will say that's important, you're going to be judged. Whatever you post, some people will like it, some people will hate it. People you went to school with will probably laugh at you behind the back. You'll be into the group chat. Oh, just see what Allana posted today? What a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I'm sure I've had many of those ones.
But just get used to it. Like I really struggled with it too because like all of my personal Instagram, it was all of my AFL friends who I played AFL with. And 2012 AFL Jayme in the change rooms after a game is a very different person today.
Yeah.
And I had some like, and I'm pretty confident. I feel like I don't care what people think, but like there's still that little bit of like, what does that person think?
And it's becoming so much more normal now. I think 2025, people make content, they make videos of themselves. But whereas like 5 years ago, if you put a video of yourself up, it'd be like, you would get roasted by your friends and, your family. But what the hell
is that content stuff that you post, Allana? What's that over there? Like,
it's just so normal now. Like you see people with selfie sticks or tripods setting up in public and it's like, like you don't even really give it a second.
Yeah.
A second.
Okay. So number 4 is paid advertising. Raise your hand if you like paid advertising.
As high as I can get.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that becoming an excellent paid advertiser is the number one reason for our success.
Yeah, you and I can't speak for Allana.
Allana?
Oh, I would say so too, for me.
And it is like out of all those 8 ways to get leads, paid ads for us is probably 85%.
Yeah.
It's that much of a game changer.
If we were to pick one and only be able to do that, then it would be hands down that.
And if you do the other 7 perfectly and don't do paid ads, I would almost argue that if you do paid ads, you get a better result. That's how much of a game changer it's been for us. Just personal experience. I'm sure there are people out there that just kill it on content. But for a local service-based business that is capped by a 5-kilometer radius, it is fucking amazing. You can drop a pin in the area, say attention Warners Bay, we're coming, and every single person in the area will know it within a couple of weeks.
And I'll add to that, we're not famous. So if you're a celebrity or you've got some status in the community, maybe you can get away with non-paid
stuff.
It's all
referrals. But, it's all just word of mouth.
But for the other 99.99% of people,
mere mortals.
Us mere mortals.
Yeah.
Paid ads.
How have paid ads changed your life?
In a huge way. I couldn't have, I won't say couldn't have, but my first studio almost 6 years ago, it really helped me set that one up from the very beginning as being extremely successful.
You can go from 0 to 100 overnight.
Yeah.
Well, all those other things that we spoke about, half of them already, they require effort and resources and time, and as does paid ads. But if you put money into paid ads, which obviously it is, it's paid. And the more money you put in, the more impressions you're going to get, the more leads you get. And as long
It's just
as
leverage, right? Like all of those things on the list create leverage. But that's something that
because if you do you can do $10 a day. It's the same amount of effort to do $1,000 a day.
Exactly. That's
So,
leverage.
And obviously you've got to have the money, but compared to because that's 1,000 is 100 times 10, to do 100 times the effort or activity for those other things.
Yeah, walking around a cafe, speaking to people, you just can't.
We used to always laugh how lazy we were because we just solely relied on paid ads for our studios. And maybe it was the right thing, maybe it was the wrong thing. Every studio opened with 100 members and we got to 200 and just like, it is the number one reason we were successful for all of our studios. We just outspent everyone.
Yeah.
And whoever spends the most wins. And think about, like, if you've got a studio next door to you, spending $1,000 a week on ads, which is hitting 50,000 people locally every single week for years and years and years, versus you who posts a picture of you in a balaclava once a week. Like, who's going to win? And all the other, I get really passionate about this because I love paid ads. Yeah. You combine all the others, they're actually all pretty inconsistent. Because sometimes your content can pop off. Sometimes you can go on a hot streak of warm outreach. Sometimes you can walk in the beauty salon and the first one you nail it. Sometimes it takes you 20. Yeah. But paid ads, it is so consistent.
Well, I think predictability is probably like a better word because consistency in the action is you're able to do that. You'll be able to say, hey, I'm going to go to this many businesses every week, and you can continue to do that. But the predictability of what comes from that is hit and miss.
It doesn't rely on you being motivated or you having different time available to do it either.
It just rolls.
Yes.
And again, it depends on how much you're spending, but like you said, you can leverage a tremendous amount through how much you're spending without having to do any extra activity to do that.
Exactly.
I want to give real life examples. So we started helping studio owners December 2022, knowing who we were. And now we're probably one of 3 options in the industry because we just successfully run paid ads. This podcast right now, episode 4, we just released episode 1 yesterday, but 450 followers.
Really? Love that.
Oh, on the page, yeah.
But do you know what? Visit Instagram profile ads. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else to say to you.
10 of those were from our friends.
We've got
10 friends between us.
Yeah, my mum follows it.
Good.
My mum wouldn't.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't people do paid ads? And this will get you going.
I'm not good
They're confusing.
I'm not good with tech.
Yeah.
The biggest reason why people don't do paid ads, in my opinion, is beliefs around money. You go out and get your fucking leg tattoo for $1,000. Yeah. But you won't sit down and invest $100.
It is an investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say to people, so I'm blue in the face, like, hey, you put $1,000 in, if you use simple math, if you put $800 in and you get 10 intros for 80 for views, you break even on intros. And then more importantly, they will refer people and you'll convert people on the back into a high price membership. And like logically, they can see it. It's on the spreadsheet. They count it up. They just can't push that fucking button. Yeah. They just can't do it.
And it can be confusing for people who haven't done it before. Like we're not naive to that fact.
Yeah.
Like you go in and it changes a lot. You go in and you're like, oh, the ads manager, that doesn't look like it was last time I logged in. And even I'm in it like every day, and sometimes I'm like, oh, that's a new change. But I think the issue for a lot of people is they don't see a return because their back end's not very good. Yeah. Like they get leads and then I know that's a whole different conversation which we'll have, but they just don't follow up the leads. They're not monetizing those leads. So then they're like, paid ads doesn't work. And it's like, well, is it the paid ads don't work or is it that your sales process sucks from the back end? So it all feeds into one another. But it's something like we feel like reaching through the screen and strangling some people when we know that they're onto something good, but they just can't.
I had a studio owner yesterday and they were struggling. And I said to her, listen, like I've spoke to over 1,000 gym owners. I've owned studios since 2015. I've done this my entire adult life. I have never, ever in my life met a studio owner that had their desired amount of members, revenue and profit that didn't consistently run ads 48 weeks a year. Take Christmas and Easter off. Like, I'm not sure if it works. Like, just listen to me, please. Like,
and it can be challenging to see that money getting spent every day if you're looking at it, which a lot of owners do if they're new to it. And, you know, whether it's all relative, $10 a day, 30, 50, 100. And if you don't get any sales or any leads or you don't get many, it's like, oh, I just spent $50.
Yeah. Well,
And
it is an optional cost. You don't
Yeah.
have to do that to be open, but you have to
Yeah.
be open and do well.
And
I
that's the
think.
thing. It should be like rent, wages, marketing.
And it is unfortunately the one that if times are tight,
Just like your gym membership when times are tight.
because you can't cut your lease,
You're
you're
not.
not going to not pay your staff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
cutting
So
marketing.
we went off in COVID. We doubled our marketing because no one was marketing.
Yeah.
And it got cheaper for us. And we came out of COVID stronger than we went into it. Like if we were marketing in COVID, we were booking calls in COVID. We're getting people down for 20-minute one-on-one sessions twice a week. And we added 100 members in that like August to October
we
period.
did, we did really
COVID.
well.
Yeah.
So we did it throughout COVID. And like, yes, there is some skill to it, but like at the core, like the belief has to be like, okay, paid marketing works. Jayme, Lana, Mitch, Apple, Coca-Cola, McDonald's,
Meta.
they use advertising.
Meta.
So how can I make this work for me?
Yeah.
So paid advertising for me is number one, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
S tier.
S tier. The stupidest thing I hear is like, oh, well, you can't have all your eggs in like one basket because what if Facebook stops working tomorrow? Like that's like saying, what if Stripe stops processing transactions? Like if Facebook stops tomorrow, like the world's ending. Like something's
Yeah.
gone drastically wrong.
We've got bigger problems if we can't market through Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5, sorry. Referrals. Hands up if you like referrals.
Very, very good.
The
Very
best.
high too.
The best.
Yeah.
So this would be, in my opinion, second to paid ads.
Yeah.
But referrals will get you less new clients than paid ads. But the clients that come through referrals are way better.
Yeah.
Because there are already people in your studio.
They're sold. aren't
They're
they?
sold.
Yeah.
Like,
And it would be, in my opinion, it would be number one if it was more predictable.
Yep.
You just don't know when you're going to get a referral.
Yeah.
And there's no way you can forecast that.
Agree.
But they're great.
Yeah.
They already know the price. They've already got a friend or someone who goes there. They know where it is. Their friend's obviously speaking well about it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be referring them. And as long as they come in and they don't hate it when they walk through, then they're probably going to sign up.
and you can do warm outreach to your clients about
Referrals.
Friday, a free trial or
Bring
a
a friend
promotion
free
coming
week.
up, bring a friend for 3 weeks. So referrals, like warm outreach for me, they are so easy to do. They cost you nothing and you should be doing it.
Yeah.
Like a great way to ask for a referral, if someone does an intro offer, hi, contact name, it's Allana from New Studio. People are typically a little bit anxious, nervous in their first workout. Feel free to bring a friend in for free for that first session. And then the world's shittest salesperson in that studio can say, do you want to do what your friend did? But that's it.
Sure.
But that's actually it, right? So like similar to warm outreach, just make sure that it's in your calendar
It's consistent.
and you're doing it consistently.
Well, there's a lot of people who get referrals and not being proactive. It's just by luck.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, Sally brought
what do you
her-
do? I do this. Oh, I might come along.
Or even for the owner, owners say, oh, we get a lot of referrals, but it's just Sally like randomly bringing her mum along.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
opposed
yeah.
to saying to Sally,
Yep.
have you got anyone in your family or any friends or colleagues who might want to come and check this out with
Yeah.
you? I'm far more likely to get someone or have a more predictable flow of people that way if you do
You
it.
should have
that.
activation points. So when someone signs up, they're at their peak level of motivation. Ask for a referral then. After their second session, they've made some friends, they love news, ask again, and then have a cadence whether it's monthly and make it seasonal. Okay, we've got the April promotion coming up, we've got the May promotion coming up. The best referral campaign we ever did, very cheesy, ultimate cheese. It's called Will You Be My Plus One? Like a wedding invite. So we would make these invites in Canva. It's like, Will You Be My Plus One? We'd give every single member one and they give it to a friend in an envelope. Super cute. Super
I think
different.
we did it for like a whole month even.
Yeah. It's like, will you be my plus one?
And
for
we
a
did it in
month?
like a winter month because it was like quieter in winter.
Yeah.
It worked pretty well.
Wedding invite. Were you getting married at that point? I think I was about to get married. So that's the
Someone
idea.
was.
It's like, Ellen, take care of the wedding invites. I'll take care of the
Yeah,
gym
yeah.
invites.
Other plus one invites.
Yeah.
But there's different ways that you can ask for referrals too. Like obviously you can just flat out say, hey, you've got anyone interested?
Yeah.
Or you can have like an event where it's like a bring a friend for
An
free
open
week.
day, an open class.
Yeah. So you're like saying, hey, have you got anyone who might be interested coming down to that? And if you're hosting regular events throughout the year, it doesn't need to be every month, but a few times a year, that can be where you're asking all your members if they've got anyone. And then you also have different points throughout the year where you just reach out and ask.
You can also just say, yeah, would you like to bring someone along,
Yeah.
a friend along for free to one class this month?
Yeah.
Let us know if you
And there's
do.
some, we've heard of some examples that there'll be, for a quarter, maybe it's through winter or a month, however long, and it'll be like bring a friend free Friday. something
Yeah.
like that. So it's like for every Friday in the month, you can bring someone.
Yeah.
free. And
Or
that's
just pick your slowest class.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
we are super generous with referral fees. So just transparently, if we enroll a studio into our program and a studio owner refers a studio, I give them $500. So like, how can you really incentivize your members?
Yeah.
Once you get into the paid marketing world and you understand, okay, it costs me $100 to acquire a client, wouldn't you rather give a member $100? And some people, $100 is a lot.
Yeah.
So you can give them a month for free. You can give them 2 weeks for free. They can win an award. They can win Member of the Year. Like, how can you have a cadence of asking for referrals, and how can you incentivize it?
Yeah, and I think people are a bit stingy
Yeah.
with that. Or people will give away free time, which is, let's say your membership's $50 a week and you give them a fortnight, that's $100, but there's something about $100
Yeah.
you probably do a voucher.
Or something that they wouldn't normally be able to justify for themselves, like a facial, a
Mhm.
bottle of Moe.
How much is the facial?
Depends where you go. $200, $150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think a gift or money or a card or a gift card is
Yes.
better than
Then
membership.
I
It's kind of
completely
like
agree.
giving someone a present where it's like a mug with your logo on it. Like it kind of doesn't.
Yeah, I
really
completely
count.
agree.
And if you understand your lifetime value, just say your membership is $70 a week and people stay for 12 months, that therefore math.
I missed that.
He's unbelievable at math, by
math-
the way.
the math ain't
70
geez, put me on the
times, 70
spot.
times 12.
Eight-
Sorry,
eight-
70 times 52.
Oh, God.
3,640. I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Little Rain
I
Man.
think.
Yeah.
I
happening
am
over
a-
here.
Is that
So,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
It would be.
Would you give someone $100 for $3,500 every day of the
That's
week
good.
and twice on Sunday?
I'll take that math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we love referrals. Number 6 would be staff, which is really straightforward. Getting your staff to do some of those activities, the warm outreach for you,
Yep.
the cold outreach for you, creating content, asking for referrals. So effectively, another person to help you get people for you. Number 7 would be affiliates. Now, I haven't had much luck with affiliates because I haven't really tried it. So can you give any example of an affiliate that's been successful for you and how you could do it in your business?
I haven't with
Haven't?
the studios, to be honest. We do it all the time with Spicy.
Yep. So
And it works
run me
really
through
well.
Spicy. So it's a
Yep.
shout out. So it's like, hey, Pilates girls, I'm doing this course. Like, how's it work?
So it can work in a couple of different ways. We've got a lot of our Muse instructors are
Yep.
affiliates, and so if they refer someone with their code to buy the Spicy course, that person gets 10% off and they get a 10% kickback.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that works really well. They're in the studios all the time. Like, hey, you're amazing at Pilates and you are so into it. Have you ever
Yeah.
thought about being an instructor? Here's my code.
Yeah. So
Um,
I would challenge you on that. That's probably more of a referral.
Yeah.
But then an affiliate would be someone who sends people to your business
Yeah.
that isn't affiliated with your business.
Yeah,
An
true.
affiliate.
Yeah.
So referral, great. So the only thing I can think of would be in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Who in Newcastle has enough pull, not a mere model, to bring people into your studio? And I'm thinking
Like an
Kaylin Ponga.
influencer.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
Andrew Johns,
It
Matthew Johns.
could also be like the local physio,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
chiropractor,
true.
massage, or even the rest, like the cafe owner.
Yeah.
Like if
I would say it is just a bit tricky for people to like using those codes for small amounts. Like, use my code, use this flyer
Yeah.
for an
Yeah.
intro offer. It's just not
Yeah.
that
So to
much
give the
incentive.
clearest example of an affiliate, it would be Chris Bumstead, Mr. Olympia. Hey, buy this protein and use my discount code. They
Yeah.
get 10% off, and that 10% goes to Chris Bumstead. So
I think
again-
it's easier with products,
Yeah.
just saying.
yeah.
But
So again, like based off these 8 ones, like affiliates, like for us personally, local studios, more referrals than affiliates, I guess.
yeah.
yeah, and I think people do spend like when I talk to people about if they've got any organic stuff or anything, any marketing stuff, quite often they'll say, yeah, we've got the agreement with the local physio or the
Yeah,
but it
Is
doesn't
that kind of referral then?
kind
unless,
of, but
unless they're getting a straight kickback.
but it also
I'm
doesn't
going to
get.
spill the beans on Mitch, by the way. He hates
Oh.
physio partnerships because they refer
You rubbed me the
'cause-
wrong way a long time ago.
because they refer to every studio and we send people there. Because
Yeah.
you can never get like an official partnership with a physio.
I won't name names or areas, but early on, Jayme affiliated.
Human.
He affiliated with the local physio. I'm like, oh, cool. So like they're exclusively just like referring people to us. He's like, oh,
Nah.
no. I'm like, well, if someone comes in and has a sore knee, like they want to start exercising, where does she refer them?
Just get your book out. of
Yeah,
gyms.
well, I've got 17 of these gyms who I'm affiliated with. But that's
Yeah.
beside the point.
I guess it just depends how tight you are. With,
Yeah.
with these
It's
people.
probably not really something that we've actually seen any local any fitness businesses or studios like succeed with. So if there is anyone who's like got an awesome affiliate program,
Yeah,
like,
we'll get on the podcast.
we'd really
Yeah.
love to hear it. It'd be cool.
I going back to those 8 ways again, like call it a joint venture would be an affiliate.
Yeah.
In our opinion, you wouldn't spend all of your time setting up joint ventures
No,
if you could
absolutely not.
dedicate more time to asking for referrals and doing paid ads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
again, it's like,
agree.
where do you put your time?
So to recap this episode, warm outreach, cold outreach, content creation, paid advertising, referrals, staff, affiliates, agency. The top 3. Do we agree? Paid advertising is number 1.
Agree.
Referrals is number 2.
Oh,
What?
Referrals over warm outreach.
I might say content is number 2.
Content number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think?
I think referrals number 2.
Number 2. I might have to jump ship here and join Allana's course. And I'll tell you why.
Leaving.
Because because the content helps number 1 the most,
I
the paid
agree.
advertising.
Agree.
And good content will also help your referrals think, oh, that's actually okay.
So if someone refers you and then someone will jump on to your Instagram and check.
I think having a sound referral campaign or process that you follow
Let's fight.
is slightly more valuable
Can
than a
they-
sound content.
Can they,
strategy.
let's do a tie maybe.
A
Like
tie?
I
No, we don't sit on the
No,
fence
no.
here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair.
okay.
I'm outvoted, so
Okay,
it's
yeah,
content
so you
number
got
2. It
voted.
doesn't matter what I
Okay,
think.
So paid advertising number 1. Number 2 is content. And I'm only saying that I think referrals is better, but if paid advertising is better than all of them combined, the content helps out the most.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm leaning that way is you have more control over it, I think, because you can take the actions to reach out to person with text messages or calls or talk to them.
So you
and
can make
Yeah.
100 pieces of content, not sure what you get, but you can reach out to 100 people and get 10 reply.
I believe in the process more for referrals because we used to do it.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Oh,
You said
that's
potentially.
Not quite certain. I believe in
People
it.
might be busy that day. I don't
It's
know, like,
It's close.
It's quite-
I believe in it more because that's what we did. So like I feel like that's
personal experience.
just more
Okay.
what we did.
So content, content referrals, 2 and 3 combined.
Mhm.
Number 4,
Warm outreach, I think, was
yeah.
warm outreach,
Yeah.
definitely.
same concept as
Yeah.
referrals. You can
Yeah.
control what
And
you
as
do.
far as I'm concerned, we should stop there. Because if you're doing those 4 things successfully, if you're doing great paid ads, great content, lots of referrals, lots of warm outreach, you're going to have the studio of your dreams.
Yeah. And then I reckon 5 would be staff to
Correct.
get to double down on all of those things and help you.
Correct.
Wait.
And then if you've got even more stuff, you would then pursue the other stuff.
Yeah.
Cold outreach affiliates. So
Cool.
there's levels to it all, and it depends how big your team is or how much time you want to have to put towards this.
Yeah.
But if you were to prioritize it, I think
Yeah.
that list is good minus
If
2 and 3.
if you've
Flip.
got no money, do content, do warm outreach, ask for referrals.
Yeah.
If you've got money, do paid advertising and everything will get better.
I agree.
Agreed.
Let's wrap it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Business of Pilates podcast. If you enjoyed the episode and want to learn how to grow and scale the studio, there'll be a link below to book in a call. If you're interested in opening up a Muse franchise or learning more about Spicy and the Pilates instructor course, there'll also be a link for that. Thank you so much. Please share with another studio owner and pass along this podcast.